You know, it's funny how the world of comedy evolves. I mean, take a moment to think about it. Just a few decades ago, the idea of Afro-comedy, comedy that speaks to the African experience, the African diaspora, the nuances of culture, identity, and everything in between, was often relegated to small clubs, backroom performances, or maybe a late-night special on a niche network. Fast forward to today, and we're witnessing a seismic shift. Afro-comedy is not just a genre, it's a movement. It's an explosion of voices, stories, and laughter that's breaking barriers and redefining what it means to be funny in a global context. So what exactly is Afro-comedy? Well, it's more than just jokes about African culture or experiences. It's a rich tapestry woven from the threads of history, identity, and the everyday absurdities of life. It's about finding humor in the struggle, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, and the joys of being part of a vibrant and diverse community. Think about it. The world is a melting pot of cultures, and Afro-comedy is a key ingredient in that mix. It's relatable, it's raw, and it's real. It speaks to the shared human experience while also highlighting the unique perspectives that come from being part of the African diaspora. Now, let's talk about the platforms that are propelling Afro-comedy into the spotlight. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. These are not just social media platforms, they are stages. They're the new comedy clubs where anyone with a smartphone can share their perspective, their stories, their laughter with the world. And the beauty of it is that it's not just the established comedians who are getting the spotlight. It's the everyday people, the storytellers, the ones who might not have had a chance in traditional media. This democratization of comedy is revolutionary. It allows for a diversity of voices that reflect the multifaceted nature of the African experience. Take a look at some of the rising stars in Afro-comedy. You've got comedians like Trevor Noah, who has taken his South African roots and blended them with global narratives, creating a unique comedic voice that resonates with audiences worldwide. Or consider the likes of Celeste Ntuli, whose unapologetic humor about the challenges of being a woman in South Africa has garnered her a massive following. These comedians are not just funny, they're cultural commentators, using humor to address serious issues while making people laugh. They're bridging gaps, fostering understanding, and creating a sense of community through their art. But let's not forget about the power of relatability in Afro-comedy. It's that moment when a comedian shares a story about their childhood, their family, or their cultural traditions, and you find yourself nodding along, laughing because you've lived it too. That shared experience is what makes Afro-comedy so special. It's a reminder that, despite our differences, we all have common threads that connect us. Whether it's the way our parents scold us, the peculiarities of family gatherings, or the universal struggle of trying to fit in, these are the moments that resonate. And let's talk about the themes that are emerging in Afro-comedy today. There's a growing focus on mental health, identity, and social justice. Comedians are using their platforms to tackle issues that have long been stigmatized or ignored. They're opening up conversations about mental health in a way that is both humorous and poignant. They're addressing the complexities of identity, especially for those straddling multiple cultures. And they're shining a light on social issues, using humor to challenge the status quo and provoke thought. This is where Afro-comedy is heading, into a space where laughter can coexist with critical discourse. Now, you might be wondering, what does the future hold for Afro-comedy? Well, for starters, I see a continued rise in collaboration. We're already seeing comedians from different countries working together, blending styles, and sharing their unique perspectives. Imagine a Nigerian comedian teaming up with a Jamaican comedian to create a show that highlights the similarities and differences in their cultures. That's the kind of magic that happens when we embrace collaboration. It's not just about individual success, it's about lifting each other up and creating a collective movement. Moreover, the global audience for Afro comedy is expanding. People from all walks of life are tuning in, eager to learn, laugh, and connect. This is a golden opportunity for comedians to reach beyond their immediate communities and share their stories with the world. The internet has made it possible for a comedian in Accra to have fans in London, New York, and Sydney. That's powerful. It's a chance to educate, to entertain, and to foster a sense of global community through laughter. And let's not overlook the role of technology in shaping the future of Afro comedy. Virtual reality, augmented reality, and interactive platforms are on the rise. Imagine attending a comedy show where you can interact with the comedian in real time, or experiencing a virtual reality performance that immerses you in the culture being represented. This kind of innovation could revolutionize the way we experience comedy and storytelling, making it even more engaging and impactful. In addition, we can expect to see more representation in mainstream media. As audiences demand more diverse content, networks and streaming services are beginning to take notice. This is a crucial moment for Afro comedy to break into the mainstream, bringing with it a wealth of talent and creativity that has been simmering beneath the surface for far too long. It's about time that audiences see the richness of African narratives portrayed in a way that is authentic and relatable. Of course, with this growth comes responsibility. As Afro comedy continues to evolve, it's essential for comedians to remain true to their roots, while also being mindful of the messages they convey. Comedy has the power to uplift, but it can also perpetuate stereotypes if not approached with care. It's a delicate balance, and the best comedians are those who can navigate it skillfully, using their platform to challenge norms rather than reinforce them. So, whether you're a comedian, an aspiring comedian, or just someone who loves to laugh, remember that you're part of this journey. Embrace the humor, cherish the stories, and let's continue to support one another as we navigate this ever-evolving landscape. The future of Afro comedy is not just about the laughter. It's about the connections we make, the conversations we spark, and the community we build. Together, we can ensure that Afro comedy continues to thrive, evolve, and inspire for generations to come. Let's keep the laughter alive, keep sharing those stories, and keep pushing the boundaries of what comedy can be. Because at the end of the day, laughter is universal, and it has the power to bring us all together no matter where we come from. So here's to the future of Afro comedy. May it be bold, may it be loud, and may it be filled with laughter that echoes across the globe.